Hello and welcome back to my studio. My name is Elke and today I'm going to show you how I'm going to fill this container. It's a beautiful heavy stone container with branches instead of oases to give my flowers some support. You might remember the last project I did, or one of the last projects, which I used a grid. I made a grid with branches, and that's kind of the idea here too, just using natural material to give the plants support. So I went into the yard, my backyard, and got all kinds of flowers. You know, we have astrangias and hosta flowers and sedum. There's some sedum angelina, which I just used the flowers of. Again, I have found at the walk the maple fruits, roses, fern leaves, all kinds of little things. You don't need a lot. You just need, whatever you want to combine. You can go by a flower color that you say everything white or everything in yellow or whatever, or just a natural, all kind of color bouquet. I don't really know what I'm going to use because it will kind of come about while I'm doing it. But the main idea here is the branches that I'm going to use for the structure. So, branches, I have just branches still in my driveway from the fall. I always keep some, I put them in a basket or something, and just always when I need something, get myself a few of those branches and tuck them together make something with it. So, I just used some and tied them up as a bundle here. It's just a little bit of a, like you would tie a bouquet, and just take a little bit of that raffia. Actually, I'm going to use wire because the wire you won't see that much. So I just put it together in the middle. It's a little bit of a playing around because you're playing with natural material, and it's more like how do you get them to stick to the vase that they give actually support to your plants. So I just twisted the branches around. So. And now I'm going to try to fit it in and maybe take some of the shorter ones, some of the wider ones. This is even a little bit of a too much for me here. So I'm trying to press it in so it actually stays. Yeah, and then I'm using some other branches that are a little bit more floofier and tuck them underneath and inside and everywhere. Basically just build a structure now again for my flowers. I do like those little floofy ones because they give me a lot of little spots to stick my flowers in later on. And now I might just use a little bit of tape. Even if it's just one or two to give it support. So see, now this is relatively secure in here. Okay, now I'm going to fill the container with water, and on we go. Let's just see what we have. So I like these fruits. These are maple fruits. Always give it a nice cut. And what happens is now you can just take them, any flower, and you rest it on your branches. You just find a nice hole through it where you want it. You stick it in so it nicely rests on your branches. And because it's a natural material, it becomes part of your bouquet. Of course, you can use chicken wire or all kinds of other stuff, and I might just do a show with just different kinds of medium that you can use to support your vase. But I like just the look of the branches because they now just become part of your bouquet. Let's just use some of the astrantia because I like that color combination too. Oops. And like I said, it is actually quite interesting. You will as you go decide in what direction you go. Other than you already know exactly what you want to do. But with working with natural material, it often changes on me. I have an idea and then I start it, and then it changes because I follow the look and follow what I see here. So what I could do is maybe use, because I want to keep it a natural look. What happens right now, the bottom of the bowl is quite slippery because it's just a straight bottom. So if you put something in, it kind of slips away. So if I use rocks in the bottom, I have something that stops my branches or my flower stems from moving. So that will definitely help me. And I actually like the look of the natural rocks. Those are things that I always recommend you have stuff like that at home. When you go for a walk, when you hike, or wherever you go to the beach, bring just a little bucket of sand, or like I have these little containers here. Fill them with just that much of rocks or sand, and so you have different materials at home to play with. Moss, even soil. And then there's different kinds of rocks. There's rocks from the beach, river rocks, there's gravel rocks from the driveway, different kinds. Okay, so now it changed the look a little bit because now when you look into the bouquet, it is darker because the rocks are in there, no? So that means I'm going a little bit for lighter flowers to fill my space. See, and the whole trick or the whole idea of this structure is that it helps you a lot that you don't need that much flowers, because you have a structure that looks cool, that is part of the bouquet. And look at this. I don't have a lot of flowers in right now in a relatively big container, and it looks almost like we don't need much more, because now I want these single flowers just to show and shine as they are, and not just filling a whole container with lots and lots of flowers. So maybe a few leaves. Yeah, just one of the most important things is when you work with something like this, make sure that your flowers go right down to the water, so they're not just hanging in that structure and don't become can't get water. something simple, something easy. I love it as it is. Of course, you can have many different varieties of flowers in here, and also of course the style. And like I said before, this just came about by I like the combination of those maple fruits and the astrantia together, and then I needed something lighter to lighten it up. You can go with white or something else. Of course it looks great too, but maybe next time, you know, because this is a bouquet I probably will replace over and over again, just make something new with it. And if the structure lasts very good in here and feels good, you just clean out the flowers afterwards. You wash the water out and let it really clean it out, and then you fill it again with something new. Okay, you can do that, I know that, and please try it, and I hope I inspired you to do this. So if you are inspired, if you like my shows, please sign up for my channel, and just please click that bell, because that will remind you or send you a notification when I'm uploading something. Okay, so enjoy, and happy creating.